The hardest part about eating healthy on a budget isn't just that groceries are expensive. It's 6 p.m. when you're tired, everyone's hungry, and you have no plan. That's where everything falls apart. Not because you don't want to eat healthy, but your brain is literally done for the day. You're standing in your kitchen, you're exhausted, and you wish you made those decisions days ago. And in that moment, takeout's just easier. And what actually ends up costing you more money isn't just the food prices. It's those last minute decisions, those unplanned grocery runs, and ordering takeout because there's nothing ready. So in my house, I don't decide meals day of. I plan our meals in advance. And I plan my meals around the sales I find and what I have stocked in my pantry and my freezer from prior deals. And here's what most people miss. Yes, groceries can be expensive, but that's not the only problem. It's what it actually takes to eat healthy in real life. The planning, the thinking ahead, the mental load. And that's why systems beat motivation every single time. Because it takes time and effort earlier so you don't break down later. And that's why so many people struggle to stay consistent. It's not that they don't know what's healthy. It's just that real life doesn't leave space for all that thinking every day. So in this video, I'm gonna break down why eating healthy on a budget feels so hard in real life and how I use simple systems to make it feel doable again. I'm a mama too. I learned this the hard way. And today I'm gonna share with you how I figured it out through different seasons of life. My name's Angela and welcome to Nutritionally Cheap. Let's get into it. So let's talk about something people don't love hearing. And I'm gonna be real. Eating healthy on a budget isn't free. It costs time. Not all day, not your whole weekend, but a few intentional hours. But here's the part no one tells you. That time buys you freedom. Like real freedom. Freedom in your body, in your budget, and in your whole life. And before I go any further, I want to say this clearly. I'm not a dietitian, but I'm a mom, and I've been living this for almost 30 years. When I lost 40 pounds as a teenager, that's really where I started learning how powerful simple habits can be. And while my weight has naturally fluctuated through pregnancy and different seasons of life, that's what kept bringing me back to the basics. I've had babies, I've been postpartum, I've been exhausted, I've been stressed, and I've been broke. And I learned how to eat healthy without trendy diets or expensive groceries. Look, I don't do complicated. I never did, and I never will. I'm a simple girl. I like simple food and a simple life. And I don't do extreme diets or food rules. I just make the next best choice with what I've got. Let's talk about what people get wrong. People think eating healthy is expensive, and it can be if you're not careful. But most of the time, the thing that blows the budget isn't just the food itself. It's those last minute decisions, it's buying full price because you didn't have a plan, and grabbing whatever is convenient. It's ordering takeout because you're exhausted. And then comes the guilt, and then you feel like you failed. But here's the truth. Eating healthy isn't expensive. Eating unplanned, that's expensive. Cheap healthy eating doesn't happen by accident. It happens because you plan, you prep, and you repeat. And I swear, the people who struggle the most are the ones trying to figure out what to eat every single day. That's exhausting. It's draining, and that's why it never lasts. One thing I learned early on is this. Healthy eating doesn't need expensive ingredients, but it does need planning. Even now as a mom, I follow the same system. I prep protein first, I add loads of vegetables, and yes, I eat carbs. I just make them make sense. That's it. And that one decision removes so much stress from my day. It's unreal. And it's so simple. Because when dinner's already halfway ready, you don't spiral at 6 o'clock. Because let's be honest, at 6 o'clock, ooh, everyone's hungry. They're hangry, actually. And you're gonna grab whatever is the closest, whatever's the most convenient. And most of the time, that's not the best choice. So if a healthy option is ready in your fridge, that's what you're gonna grab with minimal friction. And in our house, we keep it really simple. We buy what we need and we buy when it's on sale. for pretty much everything. When I say everything, I mean everything. We keep our eye out weeks in advance, and then we get it on sale. And I plan my meals around all the sales. If chicken's on sale, we're eating chicken. If ground turkey's on sale, we're eating turkey. If frozen veg is on sale, y'all know I'm stocking up. I don't fight the prices. I let the prices tell me what we're eating. You see, groceries are one of the only bills that you can control every week, and the sales are where it starts. Now here's where this becomes bigger than food. Because when you stop doing random grocery trips, stop wasting food, and stop spending money on last minute meals, you don't just save money. You start changing how your whole life operates. And I want to be honest with you. After university, I was broke. Like broke. I was living in my parents' basement and I could barely afford a toy for my baby nephew's birthday. It was sad. I was eating whatever my mom and dad already had in the house, just trying to get by. I made the next best choice with what I had. And here's the crazy part. I had a business degree. I understood financial systems and structure. But real life? Nah. Doesn't exactly run on textbook logic. It runs on what you do day to day. And I learned that fast. But that season taught me so much. It literally changed my life. Because when you start paying attention to where money's going, it changes how you shop, how you spend, how you plan, and how you live. Now let me talk about postpartum. Because after my first baby, I didn't bounce back. I had a newborn. I was tired, emotional, and I was in survival mode, just like most new moms. I would literally think this in the morning. Tomorrow's another day, and thank God there's coffee. I remembered those days so vividly. But even then, I tried to stick to the basics. Protein, veg, simple meals. Boring and repeatable. And over time, that consistency helped me get my body back. It wasn't fast, but it worked. I'll be honest, the first time, after my first baby, I put so much pressure on myself. I wanted to feel like myself again, and I wanted my body back. You guys remember those insanity videos with Shaun T? You know, those 20-minute videos? I tried to do that video once. A few months after I gave birth. I did it once. Didn't I go wreck my foot? And I was hobbling around with a newborn for 6 months? I was like, you've got to be kidding me. I learned my lesson, and I was like, I am not about this life. It was painful. And this is important. During that time, your body doesn't need to be punished. It needs support. I didn't need to be doing these insanity videos. I needed to be resting and walking. By the time I had my second baby, those health habits were already ingrained. I gave myself grace because it takes time. And I wasn't going to destroy my mental health and my body trying to rush the process. I learned, and I wasn't about to do that again. It wasn't worth it. Look, I've been eating healthy for almost 30 years, but it didn't truly click until I became a mom. It stopped being about vanity, and it started being about longevity, about energy, and about being around for my kids. That right there became my why, and it was just so powerful. That shift was just so powerful, so insane in my brain. It just, yeah, it was a lot. And it was incredible. And that's what people don't understand. Healthy eating is about restriction. It's about balance. It's all about balance. If I really feel like a cookie, guess what? I'm gonna have that cookie. No guilt, no spiraling, no punishment. Because y'all, come on. This is real life. So fast forward 15 years, once we had kids, I left my corporate job and was a stay-at-home mom for 5 years. So I wasn't working. We were on a single income. A part-time single income, I might add. My husband scaled back to part-time, and during that time, he was transitioning into real estate. And in real estate, income is very inconsistent. And honestly, during that season, grocery budgeting was not optional. It was mandatory. And what I learned was this: the system doesn't change, only the circumstances do. And that mindset shift changed everything for us. Not because we became perfect, but because we became intentional with our spending and we stopped spending money on things that just didn't matter. And honestly, that's what gave us breathing room. It wasn't more income, it was just better habits. And yeah, life today still looks real. I run a cleaning business. I literally scrub people's toilets. And guess what? I chose that on purpose because it gives me flexibility, it keeps me active, and it lets me be present with my kids. Because for me, it comes back to two things: family and health. Those are my priorities because at the end of the day, that's all we really have. So when I talk about budgeting, eating healthy, planning meals, I'm not talking theory around here. I'm talking real life. So when you start eating this way, you don't just save money. You gain energy, mental clarity, better moods, more patience, and more confidence. And I'm telling you, when you're a mom, energy and patience is everything. You don't just need energy for workouts. You need energy for real life. Mom, why do we have bones? Mom, do fish blink? And then comes, Mom, I want noodles, but I don't want the noodles we got. Mom, I want cereal, but not wet. Great. Welcome to Cafe de la Angela. Oh, we're closed. In all honesty, though, that time prepping food was life with my kids. It's where we bonded. It's where they saw what real food looks like and where we laid a health foundation early. And without even realizing it, I was building something way bigger than dinner. I was building habits. I was shaping the way they saw food. And honestly, I was creating some of my best memories with them. So when people say finding time to prep, I don't see it like that. It's not just finding time for cooking. It's life happening in the kitchen. So if you're trying to eat healthy on a budget, yes, it takes time. But here's what that time does. It removes the 6 p.m. panic, it removes the last minute spending, and it removes the stress of standing in your kitchen, tired, hungry, and out of options. It keeps something healthy ready, even when life's busy. And I need you to hear this. People aren't bad at eating healthy. It's just that they're exhausted from making decisions all day long. So if you want a simple place to start, don't overthink it. Check the sales flyers, pick a lean protein or trim the fat, make half your plate vegetables, and allow yourself to eat healthy carbs. That's it. No inspiration required, no motivation needed, and no figuring it out at 6 p.m. And take a little time to have that food ready in advance. That's it. And yes, some days you won't feel like doing it. Some days you will not feel like prepping. And I'm not going to say, oh, I've been there. No, I am there. That's life. Some days I don't feel like doing it, but guess what? I do it anyway. That's how consistency starts. That's how momentum starts rolling. When you don't feel like doing it, do it anyway. Because real life doesn't need perfect meals. It needs systems that work even when you're tired. And I'll be honest with you, it's not really about food. It's about how your day feels at the end of it. It's about not snapping at your kids because you're overwhelmed. It's about not defaulting to takeout because there's nothing ready. It's about walking into your kitchen and having direction. So if your life feels heavy right now, if everything feels like too much, I get it. I've been there. So start small. Start boring. Start with something repeatable, because that right there, that's how you get your time back. Thanks for hanging out with me here on Nutritionally Cheap, where we eat healthy, keep it simple, and save that moolah. Normally I would end with a wrap here, but today's episode was a little deeper, so I think I'm going to leave it today. Nah, I can't do that to y'all. We like it cheap. Nutritionally cheap. That's how we eat. Nutritionally cheap. And for the love of frugal living, if it's not on sale, don't buy it. Let it wait. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.